Hey everybody, Gym Leader Ryan here for Dorks Like Us. As today I tackle The Devil is a Part-Timer as requested of a good buddy of mine. Now, I know everybody was looking forward to McDonald's being the evil corporation and finally hiring Satan. That is not how The Devil is a Part-Timer works at all. But I tell you one thing, leave it to Japan to make me feel sympathy for demons. You have Dante from Devil May Cry, Rin, the son of the devil from Blue Exorcist, and one of the most upstanding of them all is Satan from The Devil is a Part-Timer. It makes you wonder if Japan's ever cracked open the Bible. The Devil was a Part-Timer was released in the States in 2014. The animation was done by White Fox, and Funimation provided the voice cast led by Josh Grell of Baka and Test fame, Felicia Angel in her first lead role, Anthony Bowling, the English voice actor of Junichiro Kagami of Ultimate Otaku Teacher, the last review I tackled, and Tia Ballard, best known for her work as Happy the Cat, the mascot of the Fairy Tale Guild from Fairy Tale. Now, The Devil's a Part-Timer falls under three different genres: comedy, action, and slice of life, or most would say it leans toward comedy. Now, this is how everything unfolds. The spoiler-free version of The Devil's a Part-Timer. After a strategic retreat following Satan and his fight with the hero Amelia, Satan and Asiel, Satan's first general, is transported from his home of the world of Inti Isla to real-world Japan. Satan and Asiel take on new names, Sadao Mao and Ashiro Shiro, respectively. After transitioning with hilarity to a new world where Satan can no longer use magic, Sadao is forced to get a part-time job at the anime's equivalent of McDonald's to make ends meet, while Ashia stays home and performs the duty of housekeeper. But much to the chagrin of Sadao and Ashia, after a chance encounter, Satan runs across the hero Amelia in the real world as well. She has conformed to the world as Emi Yusa, an 18-year-old telemarketer. Sadao, Satan, must fight the demons of his past and rival SFC, the anime's equivalent of KFC, to continue his goals to rise up the McDonald's ladder. Now, there are some pretty good themes in the show. First of all is upward mobility. You can see Satan immediately recognizes how to move up in the world, kind of a backing of free market capitalism. Then you have the goodness of humanity, what inspires Sadao to change. Then you have the blurred lines of good and evil, Satan fighting to protect people while the church is trying to destroy them, possibly an allusion to the old Catholic Church. Then you have loyalty. You have Ashia's loyalty to Sadao, and Sadao's to Lucifer's, and Chiho's to Sadao's. And then you also have the hero versus villain theme, which it plays off the traditional relationship a lot, referencing it in the show, but wanting the viewers to pick up on it and play with their thoughts. Now we go how how the main characters grow. Sadao grows to understand that he could be wrong. He even learns to apologize for past action. His desire for power wanes, but it doesn't completely disappear. It's almost like it's been transferred to his new goal. Ironically, he's always been driven and shows upstanding morals to help others. There's even a part in the show which deals with his powers that he finds out, and you kind of learn that he's a better dude because of it. But I'm not saying that because it's a spoiler. So you have Emi Yusa, Amelia the hero. She starts off as stubborn and suspicious of the ruler of Inti Isla. It slowly dissipates over time, but never leaves completely. She is equally driven as Satan, which makes confrontations with the characters enjoyable. Ironically, the hero is the one that comes off hot-headed in the conversations with the devil, while he remains calm for the most part. But out in the real world, she is adapted better and remains calmer than most of the characters. She is multi-dimensional, showing that she can be broken open to change, and despite it all, willing to fight even as she had so much faith and was eventually betrayed. Chiho. Some would call her a damsel in distress or a comic foil. I would not say that's entirely accurate. Chiho starts off as insecure and unsure ditz of a part-time McDonald's employee, but grows into a more confident person, in part to Sadao and Emi. Delightfully cute and perfectly casted to be voiced by Tina Ballard, she actually shows courage unbeknownst to most anime of its genre. She doesn't show much fear of these people from a different world and frankly doesn't care because she's built so much of a bond with them. Then you have Ashia and slash Asiel. Probably has the least growth of any main character in the series, but his continued loyalty to do menial tasks after being such a high-ranking general shows humility. His reverence for duty and loyalty makes him a pretty honorable character. Now the villains, I can't give away much without spoilers, but it is an interesting combination. While they're not as strong as their main cast, they're a little bit more than just a foil to exercise their strength. The Devil as a Part-Timer does a great job of executing between lighthearted and serious tones. For the most part, it was a bit jarring after watching the first episode set primarily in Into Isla in a dark world and then in nighttime Japan to get the next episode and to be hit with a bright, vibrant opening, which you'll see in this video. But it knows when to transition into comedy, into action, not necessarily making the two mutually exclusive. Now, for animation quality, now with my untrained eyes, I'd declare it top-notch, which may not mean much coming from me, but I'll tell you why I think that. Normally, do you see a show that can do both dark and light environments so well while still keeping up a good animation rate? The characters' motions appear fluid and the backgrounds contain many details. The show does stick to a brighter end of the color scheme, which appeals to me personally, but for those who like darker stuff, there are some environments you will enjoy. Now, there are some tropes that I must address. Now, I'm not a big TV tropes guy, but a lot of people like to typecast shows, and I want to get Devil of the Part-Timer out of anything that is being typecasted. There is the fish out of water trope. There is the anime haunted house, the anime beach/theme park episode, perspective flip, and heroes versus villains. The tropes aren't extended over the majority of the show. The first episode mainly deals with the fish out of water because Satan and Asiel both transition magnificently. And then there's an episode that has our characters visit a haunted house and a theme park in the same episode, as if they were trying to get the traditional anime tropes out of the way. It's like, hey, it's like they're contractually obligated to do it in Japan, and they decided to get it out of the way. The hero versus villain dynamic is what makes the show. It plays off the audience having seen the traditional paradigm and uses those expectations to give a fresh take, one which they both change and neither one goes completely good or evil. Matter of fact, they both kind of keep their same revolution in the beginning. Neither one relinquishes their ambitions, but they gain mutual respect. My final thoughts on The Devil is a Part-Timer. The Devil is a Part-Timer is not the best anime in any of its genres that it falls into, but its combination of strengths of action, comedy, and the slice of life, which makes it a good show. How it gives us each one allows us not tire of what each one has to offer. But just when you're tired of slice of life, here comes comedy. And then, too many jokes, boom, here comes the action. The animation quality, especially on Blu-ray, the voice acting, the character progression, gives us a solid anime that left us wanting for more. All of this coming from the quirky premise of Satan flipping burgers. The Devil's a Part-Timer is a reminder of that if a show has enough effort put into it, no matter how far-fetched it seems. The show created its own language in Japan, and Funimation had to create an entirely different language for when it came out in the States. That's a lot of effort. So just like the Honorable Sadao, this anime moved up in the world because of some hard work, and sometimes it takes a little bit of magic. So this is Gym Leader Ryan for my review of Dorks Like Us of The Devil's a Part-Timer. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and watch videos from Pokemon Master Ricky and Ace Trainer Becky. So, everybody, remember, you're just a dork like us.
この瞬間この場所が好き